Lachlan Blakelaw shouted as he slammed on his brakes and jerked the steering wheel of his truck sharply to the left, swinging the vehicle around sideways before he could hit the three men fighting in the middle of the street. He put the truck into park and got out, slamming the door behind him, then running to the back of his truck. He reached into the bed of the truck and searched around until his fingers closed over the cold metal of his tire iron. Running around the empty horse trailer at the back of his truck, Lachlan tried to figure out who was fighting who. He instantly recognized two of the men as Billy and Clem Thornton, town bullies. He'd had run-ins with them before and knew they were mostly bluster unless they were working together. The other man was a stranger. A motorcycle lay on the side of the road just feet from where the three men fought. Another truck sat off to one side of the road. Punches were being thrown by all three men, but it looked to Lachlan like Billy and Clem were fighting against the unknown man. Lachlan didn't much care what the fight was about. 2 against 1 wasn't fair odds, even if the tall, dark-haired man seemed to be holding his own. Lachlan raised the tire iron in the air and waded into the fight. He hit the first man he came to on the arm. Not hard enough to break it, but enough to make the man think twice about using it to hit the dark-haired man. "Hey, man!" Billy shouted as he turned to look at Lachlan in surprise. "What did you do that for?" 2 against 1 hardly seemed fair, Billy. Lachlan grinned. "I thought I'd even things up a bit." "What do you care, Lachlan?" the man shouted. "He's a greasy biker from out of town. He's not even from here." "Doesn't matter, Billy. I'm not going to let you or Clem beat up on someone just because you think you can." Lachlan waved the tire iron in front of Billy. "Either stop now, or I'm going to hit more than your arm. At this point, you still have use of it. That can change." "He's a fag!" Lachlan almost rolled his eyes, but that would have meant taking his eyes off Billy. And at that moment, he was all that stood between Billy and the man he was calling names. "So what? That doesn't give you the right to beat the crap out of him." "Clem don't want that type of stuff around here. He says it's wrong." "That's not up to him, Billy." Lachlan hated bigoted people, especially since he was a fag himself. He just didn't broadcast it, which is why Billy thought he'd have an issue with the stranger's sexual preference. Billy didn't know Lachlan was gay. Lachlan raised the tire iron into the air again. "I've had about all of this I can handle, Billy. Get Clem and get out of here before I report you to the sheriff." "You can't tell me what to do." Lachlan rolled his eyes. Billy was definitely not from the strong end of the gene pool. His brother Clem wasn't either. Lachlan turned his attention toward Clem, hoping he could make the man see reason. "Clem!" Lachlan shouted as he reached for the man. Clem turned around, fist swinging. Lachlan ducked, but not fast enough. He felt Clem's fist glance off his jaw. Lachlan grunted, dropping the tire iron to the ground as he grabbed his jaw. "Damn it, Clem, knock it off!" "Lachlan?" "Well, I'm not the tooth fairy." "What are you doing here?" "Trying to keep you and Billy from getting thrown in jail." Lachlan rubbed his jaw and spared a quick glance at the stranger standing several feet away, his fist raised to defend himself. "You'd better get out of here before the sheriff arrives. You've already been in jail once this week." "Oh, Lachlan, we was just having a bit of fun," Billy protested as he came to stand next to his brother. "I don't think he was having fun, Billy," Lachlan said as he pointed to the stranger. "In fact, it looks to me like he's pretty pissed." Billy turned and glanced at the stranger, his face flushing when he turned back. "We didn't mean no harm, Lachlan." "You attacked me, asshole," the man shouted. "For no reason." "You're a fucking fag," Clem shouted as he turned on the man. His fist came up again like he was about to attack again. Lachlan jumped forward and grabbed Clem's arms, spinning him around and giving him a good shove toward his truck. "Get out of here, Clem, before I tell your mother what you're up to." That was the only threat Lachlan could think of that was big enough to get Billy and Clem Thornton to behave.